Student Allison, briefing 1031. I'm one of the student sleuths who's helping Polk County Public Schools in the search for its next superintendent. Together, my fellow sleuths and I are searching for clues that will lead us to the ideal next superintendent of schools. This is an important mission and we need your help. A citizen screening committee has been formed to help narrow the list of applicants for the job. The members of this committee come from diverse backgrounds with expertise in fields such as education, law enforcement, local government, nonprofits, and business. The Citizen Screening Committee is in the process of reviewing the applications and creating a list of top applicants. You can be a part of that process too. Take a look at the superintendent applications at polkschoolsfl.com/supersearch, and then tell the committee what you think of the candidates. You can attend the committee's meetings in person or watch them via live stream. More information about this is available at the Super Search page. The search for Polk County's next superintendent is mission critical to students, staff, parents, and the community. We need you on board. This concludes my briefing.
Hello, and welcome back to the second official meeting of the Citizens Screening Committee for the Polk County Public Schools Superintendent Search. I want to thank those of you who are joining us by Zoom, and I do see you there, so I want to make sure you know I see you. We are going to start today by just welcoming you back, thanking you for the time, effort, and energy that I know you put in. If you did come here today as you were directed with a list of candidates that you believe the board, this committee ought to continue to consider, 52 applications is a very robust pool of applicants, one of the largest that not only have we ever done, but that we're aware of. So we know that it took quite a commitment on your part, and we want to sincerely thank you on behalf of the Polk County School Board. We're going to try to run this meeting as efficiently as possible, recognizing that, as I said, there are 52 candidates and 42 members of this committee. So it's going to take a moment, but we're going to ask each of you to read into the record the numbers of the candidates that you believe the committee ought to continue to consider. Then we'll look at the tallies at the end, and we'll come up with a pool smaller than 52 that this committee will then spend the next week researching, and we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end so you'll know exactly what your next homework assignment is. On your agenda, you'll notice that we have public input. No public input was received, so we won't be doing that. I want to make sure you know the team here from the Florida School Boards Association that's working with you. I'm Andrea Messina. I'm the Executive Director of the Florida School Boards Association. Standing at the Citrus Room door there is Dr. Bill Vogel. He's on our team. And over here by the Cypress Room door is Mr. John Reichert. He's the one who's been sending you the emails. So just so you have names to go with faces. What we're going to try to do is work through the citizen committee list alphabetically. So if you know based on the score sheet, and those of you at home have an electronic version, those of you here have a paper version, that your name is one of the next 3 to 5 names, we're going to ask you to kind of come up here in queue. Mr. Reichert and Mr. Vogel are going to kind of help you with that. If you're on Zoom, and you are one of the next 3 to 5 names, if you could kind of be ready to unmute your mic. What we'll ask you to do is tell us the numbers of the candidates that you believe the committee ought to continue to consider. So for example, I would call out Mr. Reichert's name if he were on the committee, and I would say, Mr. Reichert, and then he would read into the record candidates 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. You'll see me mark them on the tally sheet that is being displayed. Ms. Warbington also has a copy of the tally sheet. Mr. Reichert has a copy of the tally sheet. Each of you have copies of the tally sheet, so we'll just kind of mark them down. After he tells me his numbers, and I think that I have marked them correctly on the tally sheet, I will read them back to him to confirm that those are in fact the correct numbers, and then we'll move to the next member of the committee. So that's what we're going to start with, just to kind of get the conversation going. We'll see where the areas of agreement lie, and we'll see kind of where we stand at the end of that. Does anybody have a question before we get started? Yes, sir. Please come to the mic.
Excellent. Thank you, Eddie Lake. As we present these names, one of the questions that I had was, and if I heard correctly at the first meeting, with all of the numbers that we present today, the school board has the authority to pull numbers that are not presented. I just wanted to make sure.
That is correct. Yes, and I'm going to repeat that question for the people who are on Zoom because they can't always hear the question that's been asked. The question that was asked was, even if this committee comes up with a certain number or whichever candidates this committee comes up with today and next week, by the way, when the committee submits those numbers to the board, can the board still add other candidates that maybe this committee has not put forward? And the answer to that is yes. As I mentioned from the beginning, the school board cannot absolve themselves of the decision-making authority. And so while they will take what you have very, very seriously, if they do believe that somebody else should be in that pool, they do have the authority to reach down in the pool and pull that candidate out of the stack. Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to be absolutely clear. So it is possible that none of the names that we present can end up in the final.
Is it possible that none of the names you present could end up
in the final selection?
In the final selection? That would be very, very surprising. That's never happened ever that I'm aware of. I mean, technically, theoretically, could that happen? Yes. I would tell you that would not be something I would expect.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear and make sure I understood.
Yes, sir. Yes, they could throw out your entire list.
Yes.
And just do whatever they want. That is true, if that's the question you're asking.
That's exactly it.
Yes, sir. Because of their statutory authority, they have the right to do that.
Okay.
But they wouldn't have asked you to spend your time here if they did not value your input.
That's what concerns me, yeah. But that's, I think, because this was a lot of work.
Yes, sir, it is a lot of work. They understand that. Believe me, they've received all 52 as well.
Absolutely.
And I've received some calls from them kind of saying, wow, this is a lot of work, and all of these people in our community are doing it. They absolutely understand the time and effort you've done, and as I said, they would not have asked you to do that work if they did not truly want to know your opinion.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? You have a question? Come on up, and I'm going to see, I can't see, no, I was looking to see, oh, in chat, that's what I was trying to see. If somebody has a question that's on Zoom, if you could kind of give me your name in chat, that way I can make sure that I don't miss it. Yes, ma'am.
Because I know there are a lot of us, and I know that we have 52 candidates. So my question is when we get up to do our numbers, knowing that somebody else has already chosen the number, do we still repeat it, or we just know, okay, they're doing that, and it's, you know what I'm saying? If I go through and I give my list of numbers, and we know that, okay, somebody else is interested in that person too, just go ahead and give all the numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
Yes, ma'am. And her question for those of you on the computer is, if we already see that 10 people like candidate number 1, do I still need to say candidate number 1? And the answer is yes, ma'am, you do.
Okay.
We want you to tell us every number of every candidate that you believe this committee ought to continue to consider, because those candidates with the highest numbers are the
Right.
ones we're going to look at first, and then the middle counted numbers we'll look at next, and then we'll look at some that don't have as many in agreement, and we'll look at those.
Yeah, because, you know, I had 40 of them, and that would take all night, you know. That was fine.
All right. Any other questions? All right, and I don't see any on the chat. So I'm going to start with Doris Moore Bailey. If you could tell me the numbers of the candidates that you believe this committee ought to continue to consider. I think she's on Zoom. Is Miss Bailey not here? We'll come back to Miss Bailey. Let's go with Ashley.
All right, good evening. My numbers are 2, 7, 13, 15, 25, 29, 30, 31, 38, 39, 41, 43, 48, 50, and 52.
Okay, let me read these back to you if you don't mind. I have 2, 7, 13, 15, 25, 29, 30, 31, 38, 39, 41, 43, 48, 50, 52.
Correct.
Thank you. Naomi. And if you know your name is in the next 2 or 3, if you could go ahead and kind of come on up to the front so that we can cue you, that would be helpful. Hi, Naomi.
Hi there. Okay, so I have 1, 3, 7, 8, 17, 18, 19, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 39, 40, 43, and 50.
All right, let me read these back to you. 1, 3, 7, 8, 17, 18, 19, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 39, 40, 43, and 50.
Correct.
All right, Lisa. Thank you for being ready. Is it all 40?
No, but you got to make light of it.
I know.
My numbers are 3, 6, 7,
Hold on, I got to click them. 3, 6, 7.
12, 15, 25, 28, 32, and 48.
48?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me read these back to you. I have 3, 6, 7, 12, 15, 25, 28, 32, 48.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Gary.
Okay, my numbers are 2, 8, 10, 12, 17, 25, 27, 28, 37, 38, 40, 41, 43, and 50.
All right, I have 2, 8, 10, 12, 17, 25, 27, 28, 37, 38, 40, 41, 43, 50.
That's right.
Dr. Collins. Thank you for being here.
Good evening. 25, 31, 43, 44, 46, and 50.
All right, I have 25, 31, 43, 44, 46, 50.
Correct.
Okay, Terry.
Good evening, everyone. My numbers are 13, 15, 21, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 40, 43, 44, 46, 48, 50, and 52.
All right. I have 13, 15, 21, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 40, 43, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Susan.
Good evening.
Slow down.
Slow down, all
Okay.
right.
Okay.
10, 28, 29, 31, 38, 39, 41, 46, 48, and 50.
All right. I have 10, 28, 29, 31, 38, 39, 41, 46, 48, 50.
Yes, ma'am.
Derek. Hello.
Hello. 2, 7, 10, 13, 15,
I'm sorry, was that a 15 or a 16?
15, 26, 28, 29, 31, 41, 43, 46, 48, 50.
Okay. I have 2, 7, 10, 13, 16.
15.
Oh, see? I still got it wrong. 15. It's the muffled mask is what it is. So 15, but not 16.
Correct.
26, 28, 29, 31, 41, 43, 46, 48, 50.
That is correct.
Perfect, thank you. Sarah.
Good evening. I have 25,
I'm sorry, is that a 45?
25,
Is she saying
28,
45? 25. I am so sorry, I cannot hear, it's got muffled. All right, so I have 25,
28,
28,
29,
29,
30,
30,
31,
31.
38,
What did she say?
38,
38. I'm so sorry, gosh. There's like this weird
43,
43,
46,
46,
and 48.
and 48. So let me read these back. I want to make sure the audio in here is not so great. I have 28. I'm sorry, let me start over. I have 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 38, 43, 46, 48.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Angela.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
So to begin, 7, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you say 7,
7,
7,
10,
10,
13,
13,
14,
14,
15,
15,
17,
17,
19,
19,
21,
21,
22,
22,
24,
24,
28,
28,
29,
29,
30,
30 and a dog,
Did you hear that was 30?
Yes, ma'am, 30.
Could you hear me? That was 30?
Yes, ma'am, 30.
31,
31,
33,
33,
okay, 30. I'm going to start there. 30. I
30,
also said 31. 33.
but not 31.
Yes, 31 and 33.
Got them, 31 and 33.
Thank you. 34,
34,
37,
37,
39,
39,
43.
43,
Yes. 46
46,
and 50.
and 50. So let me read these back to you.
And
7,
50.
10, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, 21, 22, 24, 28, 29, 30, 31, 33, 34, 37, 39, 43, 46, 50.
You deserve an award for that. Thank you.
Thank you. And Tiffany was unable to be with us today, but she sent them in, so I'm going to read them out to confirm them. Dr. Vogel, you have her list, correct? Okay, so for Tiffany, I have, let me just move this down one. I have 1, 2, 7, 10, 15, 17, 18, 21, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 38, 39, 41, 43, 44, 45, 52.
That's correct. Those numbers are correct.
Thank you. David?
Okay. I have 1, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 22, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 37, 38, 39, 40, 43, 45, 46, 48, 50, and 52.
All right. I have 1, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 22, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 37, 38, 39, 40, 43, 45, 46, 48, 50, 52.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Danny?
Okay, I have 2,
2,
13,
13,
25,
25,
29,
29,
32,
32,
38,
38,
40,
40,
43,
43,
44,
44,
45,
45,
and 48.
and 48. So I have 2, 13, 25, 29, 32, 38, 40, 43, 44, 45, 48. Dolores?
8, 15, 25, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 43, 44, 45, 46, 48, and 50.
Okay, I think I missed one here. Did you have any before number 25?
15.
15. All right, I still think I missed one on the far end too, so listen carefully, please. I have
Eight.
15.
You don't have 8.
8. Didn't hear
Yes.
that one either. Okay. So I have 8, 15, 25, 26, 29,
Yes,
30, 31,
yes,
32,
yes,
37,
yes,
38,
yes,
39,
yes.
40, 41,
Yes.
42.
Not a 42, it's 43.
Ah, here we go. Let's fix that. 43,
Yes.
45.
Yeah, 44.
I'm 44. I knew I
45.
missed one down there. All right, so I have 43, 44, 45, 46,
That's correct.
48,
40.
and 50.
That is correct.
Perfect, thank you. Sheriff,
25, 29, 31, 43.
all right, I have 25, 29, 31, 43.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Anne, Ms. Kerr, I know you're on the computer there. I see you.
Okay. I have 25, 27, 28, 29, 40, 41, 42, 48, and 50.
All right, for you, I have 25, 27, 28, 29, 40, 41, 42, 48, and 50.
Right.
Thank you. Travis,
Good evening. 2, 8, 15, 16, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 37, 40, 41, 43, 44, 46, 50.
all right, so for you, I have 2, 8, 15, 16, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 37, 40, 41, 43, 44, 46, and 50.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Eddie,
The numbers are 1, 3, 17, 20, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 35, 40, 41, 43, 48, 50, 51, 52.
all right. 1, 3, 17, 20, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 35, 40, 41, 43, 48, 50, 51, 52. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Christine,
My numbers are 1, 3, 5, 14, 15, 18, 25, 29, 30, 31, 32, 39, 40, 41, 43, and 46.
all right. 1, 3, 5, 14, 15, 18, 25, 29, 30, 31, 32, 39, 40, 41, 43, 46.
Correct.
Thank you. Kim,
Ten, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 38, 43, 46, 48, 50.
all right. 10, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 38, 43, 46, 48, 50.
Thank you.
Perfect. Sean?
Numbers are 1, 15, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 36, 41, 43, 46, and 50.
All right. 1, 15, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 36, 41, 43, 46, 50.
Perfect.
Perfect. Bishop?
25,
Wait,
27.
1 second. I'm sorry, sir.
29.
Wait. I'm sorry. My finger pushed and gave somebody an 11, and we don't want that. So let's go. I'm sorry. Would you please start again?
25, 27, 29, 30, 31, 38, 40, 43, 46.
I probably don't have to repeat them because he's very clear, but let's make sure I got them correct. 25, 27, 29, 30, 31, 38, 40, 43, and 46. Thank you, sir. Larry?
One, 3, 7, 10, 13, 15, 16, 24, 25, 26, 29, 32, 37, 43, 46, 48, 49.
Okay. I have 1, 3, 7, 10, 13, 15, 16, 24, 25, 26, 29, 32, 37, 43, 46, 48, 49.
That's correct.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anna?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. I have number 48, number 38, number 14, number 16, number 25, number 29, number 33, number 36, number
Hold on
50,
1 second. I'm sorry. After 29, can you start again?
33, 36, 50, number 4, 8, 49, and 2.
Okay. Let me just make sure I caught them all.
All right.
Okay, let's start again.
Yes. I think if I have this correct, I have 2, 4, 8, 14, 16, 25, 29, 33, 36, 38, 48, 49, and 50.
Yes.
Thank you. Laura?
Good evening. My numbers are 1, 2, 10, 13, 17, 18, 19, 21, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 38, 40, 43, 44, 48, and 52.
I'm sorry, was that 52?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have 1, 2, 10, 13, 17, 18, 19, 21, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 38, 40, 43, 44, 48, and 52.
Yes, that's all correct.
Thank you. John? Hello, sir.
How you all doing tonight? My numbers are as follow: 10, 12, 13, 23, 24, 29, 30, 31, and 32.
That's it?
That's it.
All right, let me repeat them back to you, please.
Thank you.
10, 12, 13, 23, 24, 29, 30, 31, and 32. All right, Christine.
Yes, my numbers are 13, 15, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 37, 38, 40, 41, 43, and 50.
Okay, I have 13, 15, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 37, 38, 40, 41, 43, and 50.
That is correct.
Thank you. Commissioner?
Good evening. My numbers are 16, 25, that's 16, not 15. 16. There you go. 25, 29, 30, 31, 40, 41, 43, 44, 46, and 50.
All right, let me read these back. You said 16,
Correct.
25, 29, 30, 31, 40, 41, 43, 44, 46, and 50.
That's correct.
Thank you. Justin?
I have numbers 13, 25, 29, 30, 31, 38, 39, 40, 41, 43, 44, 45, and 48.
Okay. I have 13, 25, 29, 30, 31, 38, 39, 40, 41, 43, 44, 45, 48.
Yes.
Thank you. Corey?
Good evening. I've got numbers 15, 24, 25, 28, 31, 38, 39, 43, and 50.
All right. 15, 24, 25, 28, 31, 38, 39, 43, 50.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it Ho or Howie?
It's Howe.
How? Okay. Gosh, I got it wrong both times.
That's okay. You're not the first. Ready?
And I've avoided last names so I wouldn't make a mistake. Yes, sir, I am.
10, 13, 17, 21, 22, 25, 30, 31, 33, 37, 38, 39, 43, 45, 48.
All right. I have 10, 13, 17, 21, 22, 25, 30, 31, 33, 37, 38, 39, 43, 45, 48.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Kyle?
Good evening.
Hi.
My numbers are 1, 2, 8, 13, 15, 16, 25, 29, 30, 31, 33, 38, 39, 40, 44, 46, 48, and 50.
All right. 1, 2, 8, 13, 15, 16, 25, 29, 30, 31, 33, 38, 39, 40, 44, 46, 48, 50.
Correct.
Thank you. Katie?
Hi, yes, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My numbers are 2, 8, 13, 15, 25, 28, 31, 38, 40, 41, 43, 44, 46, 47, 48, and 50.
All right. I have 2, 8, 13, 15, 25, 28, 31, 38, 40, 41, 43, 44, 46, 47, 48, and 50.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Marcus?
Alrighty, my numbers are as follows: 13, 25, 30, 38, 39, 43, 46.
Okay. I have 13, 25, 30, 38, 39, 43, 46.
Correct.
Thank you. Stephanie? And then I think we have to go back to the top and get somebody that wasn't here when we first called it, so.
Okay. All right, I have 2, 7, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 28, 29, 31, 32, 33, 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Okay. 2, 7, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 28, 29, 31, 32, 33, 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And let me go back up. Ms. Bailey. Is she here?
Andrew, she should be on now. She called a minute ago.
Let me just check in the chat here.
Hold a second, I'm here,
Oh,
Can you hear me?
there she is. Yes, ma'am, now I can.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, here we are. So I have 1, 2, 8, 15, 16, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 33, 37, 39.
Hold on 1 second. 32. Did you say 33?
Negative 30, 31, 33, 37, 39, 40, 44, and 50.
Let me read these back to you. 1, 2, 8, 15, 16, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 33, 37, 39, 40, 44, and 50.
Confirmed.
Thank you. All right, so now we look at, let me just get this out of the way. The tally numbers. And looking at the tally numbers, let's start with number 25, number 29, number 30. I'm looking for any that have more than 20 right now, or 20 or more, let's put it that way. Let's start with that.
23.
All right. We're not ruling anyone out, so don't be concerned about that. We're just going to start with the ones around which we have most agreement, and then we'll kind of work our way backwards. I want to be clear, there's no set number for us to keep in the pool. What you would hear from us, our advice would be to err on the side of keeping the pool larger rather than smaller for this week, because what we're going to ask you to do for your homework, based on those candidates that we decide to keep in the pool after tonight, is to do your research. This is when you'll reach out to your professional peers, you'll try to gather as much information as you can on these candidates, then you'll come back next week with, we'll go through the same exercise, but we won't have all 52 that we'll still be talking about. We're getting ready to figure out which ones we'll still keep in the pool. So at this point, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candidates that have 20. Yes, sir. Which one? 31 has 27, it looks like, and 43 has 29, Thank you. Appreciate that. This is why we do it publicly here. Thank you. Anybody else see any with 20 or more?
You want to call
Yes,
the
sir.
numbers, Andrea? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Okay, what we have right now is candidate 25 with 32.
Okay, just a second.
Oh, you want me to go all the way across? Okay, let me go all the way
Let's go
across.
all the way across.
All right. Candidate 1 has 10. Candidate 2 has 12. Candidate 3 has 6. Candidate 4 has 1. Candidate 5 has 1. Candidate 6 has 1. Candidate 7 has 9. Candidate 8 has 9. Candidate 9 has 1. Candidate 10 has 12. Candidate 11 has 0. Candidate 12 has 4. Candidate 13 has 16. Candidate 14 has 5. Candidate 15 has 17. Candidate 16 has 6. Candidate 17 has 8. Candidate 18 has 4. Candidate 19 has 3. Candidate 20 has 2. 21 has 6. 22 has 4. 23 has 1. 24 has 7. 25 has 32. 26 has 6. 27 has 8. 28 has 20. See, there's another one I need to highlight. 29 has 28. 30 has 22. 31 has 27. 32 has 8. 33 has 8. 34 has 1. 35 has 1. 36 has 2. 37 has 10. 38 has 20. 39 has 15. 40 has 19. 41 has 15. 42 has 2. 43 has 29. 44 has 13. 45 has 6. 46 has 19. 47 has 2. 48 has 20. 49 has 3. 50 has 23. 51 has 1. 52 has 6. Okay, so now the following candidates have 20 or more. Candidates 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 35, 43, 48, and 50. I have 9 that have 20 or more. So let's start with that pool, and let me ask, is there, yes, sir? I'm sorry, you want me to repeat the numbers after 35? No, I thought you said 35 had more than 20. I only have 1. I have 1 for 35.
1 for that.
You said he had 20.
Okay, I'm sorry, let me be clear. I'm looking at those candidates that have 20 or more, and I just counted 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candidates that have 20 or more tally marks. You want me to call them out? Yes, sir. Okay. Candidate 25, who has 32. Candidate 28 has 20. Candidate 29 has 28. Candidate 30 has 22. Candidate 31 has 27. Candidate 38 has 20. Candidate 43 has 29. Candidate 48 has 20. Candidate 50 has 23. Okay? So those 9 candidates have 20 or more members of the Citizens Committee that want to keep them under consideration. Is there any objection to accepting that group, and then we'll talk about others that may join them? Let me first check on the phone to see if anyone on the Zoom has an objection. If you do, you can either put it in the chat or you can raise your hand, and I'm not seeing anyone raise their hand on Zoom. All right, let me check in the room. Is there any objection? All right, I'm not seeing that. So now we're going to look at the next grouping of candidates. Kind of what we're trying to look for is kind of some natural demarcations. We certainly have 2, I thought, that had 19. Let me look here. Yes, we have candidate 46 has 19. We also have candidate 40 with 19. Let me scan this. We have a 17, a 16, 2 15s. So let's start. I heard somebody say 15 sounds like a good demarcation, so let me go ahead and mark those as well. Candidate 13 has 16. Candidate 15 has 17. Candidate 39 has 15. Candidate 41. 39 has 15, and 41 has 15. So this adds an additional 6 candidates to keep in the pool, with candidates.
40 has 19.
I'm sorry, 40 has 19 and 41 has 15. I'm getting ready to repeat them. Candidate 13 has 16. Candidate 15 has 17. Candidate 39 has 15. Candidate 40 has 19. Candidate 41 has 15. And candidate 46 has 19. So that's an additional 6, which would bring your pool to 15 at this point. We can continue to add, but would there be any objection to adding these candidates as well? Let me start with our members on Zoom. Any objection to keeping these 6 in the pool?
None from me. This is Doris.
Hi, Doris, I'm sorry, what did you say?
No
Oh, she said,
objection from me.
okay.
I'm okay. This is Anna.
Hi, Anna.
No objections? No objections, Dolores?
All right, so I think we're good on Zoom. Is there any objection with people in the room to adding these candidates? Seeing none. All right, so then from 15, I'm going to look at 10 or more for the next conversation. I'm sorry, if you... Okay, so could you come to the microphone? I think what I heard him say is he wants to stop at 15, which means we'll have to have a discussion, but I wanted you to get it officially on the record here.
I'd like to make a motion to propose 15 or more votes is where we make the determination.
Okay, so his motion is that we would keep candidates with 15 or more in the pool for consideration. So that is going to be the motion, since we're not is that a second in the back? Yes, sir, thank you. So we have a motion and a second. For purposes of discussion, let me start with our friends on the Zoom. Is there any discussion about ending the consideration pool with those candidates that are 15 or higher?
I think it's okay.
Agreed.
as it is.
Okay, I'm going to need you to speak one at a time. Anna, I'm going to ask you to go first, then Dolores, then Martha. So Anna.
I agree with the motion that the gentleman put to the floor.
All right, she's speaking favorably. Dolores?
I agree.
Agrees. Martha?
Yeah, I agree, especially since you stated that the board can add names to this list. So they add names, then it'll be more than 15. So I agree with stopping at this number.
Okay. Be mindful that next week we will come back and talk about these 15, so it may not be the 15 that end up going to the board.
And this is Doris. I agree with the number 15 starting point.
Thank you, Doris. And I do want to point out, thank you, Mr. Reichert, that half of the committee would be 16 members. So stopping at 15 would indicate less than half did not, or the candidate did not have half or more support from the committee. Anybody else on Zoom want to make a comment?
This is Angela Falconetti. I just want to say I'm comfortable with stopping at 15.
Thank you. Anybody else on Zoom? All right, we'll move to the members in the room. If you'd like to speak, if you could come up to the microphone, speak to the motion. All right, so I'm going to try to facilitate this well. The question has been called, so first we have to, is there any objection to calling the question? Seeing no objection to calling the question, all in favor of stopping at those candidates with 15 or more tally marks, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Sounds like we have a unanimous agreement from this committee, which indicates that you all seem to be in agreement on this. So given that, the committee will keep in consideration those candidates with 15 or more tally marks. I'll give you one more time those numbers just before we leave to make sure you have them all correct.
Right.
What I'd like to do for next steps is go to Mr. Reichert so he can help direct us to make sure that I don't forget anything. Your homework between this tonight and a week from now, when you come back, is to take these 15 candidates and do your research on them. So you'll want to reach out to your professional peers. You can certainly learn a lot of things on Google. I do want to caution you about a few things. Number one, anyone who has had any position of leadership or authority will have made a decision that some people are unhappy with. So if you read something about someone that is an indication that someone's unhappy with a decision, I would caution you to not let that single issue eliminate them from your consideration, because everyone's going to have something out there that somebody disagreed with. I'm also going to caution you from reading blogs versus actual newspaper articles written by reporters, or chat room things, or I do want to be clear that anyone can accuse anyone of anything. That doesn't make it true. I think many of you are professionals and you know that that can be the case. So just an accusation of something, we would typically caution you to be real careful with having that eliminate the person. One thing I like to look for is it an event or is it a pattern? So is there something that came up multiple times is a pattern? If it comes up once, it might be an event, and that might help you to delineate between some of the things. I'm not saying that because I know there's a bunch of dirt out there. That's not what I'm saying, but I do know that anyone of any position of leadership, from principal, assistant principal, all the way on up, controversies can happen. So we ask you to do any research that you're able to do with your professional colleagues, with the internet, people that you know. You can call Mr. Reichert, you can call Dr. Vogel, you can call me if you have any questions along the way. Mr. Reichert, I'm going to turn it over to you to make sure I've included everything for their homework.
Thank you. I know that I probably stand between dinner for some of you, so I'll be brief. The 15 candidates that have now risen from the 52 to these 15, if you would, as Ms. Messina mentioned, use next week to kind of do some additional research on these folks. If you have connections with other school districts that these candidates may come from, or any kind of private sector that they may be involved in, please feel free to reach out to your peers. Social media, as Andrea said, you can find information there. Just make sure you filter through some of that as well. I would like to say, too, that at next week's meeting, the task will be to come up with a number of candidates, and again, it is not a specific number, that this group is comfortable with saying, these are our X number of candidates that we want to submit forward to the board for their further consideration. If the votes remain close to the same, could you submit 15 names forward to the board? Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. If all of a sudden from these 15, there are 9 or 10 or 7 that really rise way to the top above the 15, you would, as a committee, decide these are our 8 or 9 that we want to submit forward to the board, or our 5 or 6. That'll be a committee decision based on us going through this exercise again next week with only the 15 names. And we'll run it the same process that the way we did it tonight for both our in-person attendees and also those on Zoom. If I could at this point say, if you're planning to participate by Zoom again next week, please look for a new email from me on Monday that will give you the new Zoom link. Each of these meetings have a different Zoom link, so if you're planning to participate by Zoom, look on Monday, no later than Tuesday, for your new Zoom link to participate in next Thursday's meeting. And I think, Ms. Messina and Dr. Vogel, that would be it for me. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Please.
So we do all this research, but we go through this drill we did right here. Will there be moments for advocacy?
Yes, sir.
After we do the drill, can you walk us through that process for next week?
Yes, his question for those of you on the Zoom is, if we're going to go through this process next week, will there be opportunities for advocacy, and can I walk you through what's going to happen? First off, we're not going to have 52, we'll only have 15, so when you call the numbers out, there'll be fewer, right? And we'll look at the numbers, and we'll start with those that we have the most agreement with again. There may be some that continue to have 20 some odd, let's say. And then for the ones that go down below that number, that's when we would get into the advocacy. So you might, let's say that you had a candidate tonight that had 13. But because they already made it through the first round, clearly they had at least 15 the first time around, but next week maybe they only have 13. And you really feel strongly about that candidate. Then you would have the opportunity to argue, to convince your peers why you would want to keep that person in the pool, and let's not cut it off at 15, let's cut it off at 10, or let's cut it off at whatever that other number might be, because this person has certain characteristics or qualities or qualifications that you feel really are important and that maybe people missed. But we do focus, I think I mentioned this at our last meeting, we want to focus on the strengths of the candidates that we would like to see continue in the pool. We don't want to get into any criticisms or critical things. These are people who've applied for a job. They don't deserve to have anything on their reputation damaged. So we want you to advocate for someone, not against someone else at this point.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What about all the recommendation letters? What about all the recommendation letters that we got in there? I guess we can review them also?
Yes, sir. His question is, what about the recommendation letters? And the recommendation letters are part of their public file, part of their packet. Absolutely anything in that packet is certainly worth considering. What we don't want is for 15 people to call all those people. That's really going to be the job of the board to do that part. But as far as the letters that are already included, absolutely, sir. They
look at and
yes, sir.
Maybe take some notes from that.
Absolutely.
Help
yes, sir.
other sources, like you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to emphasize, at the end of next week, there may be 15 still people that you're recommending to the board for them to consider, or there may be a number less. So don't feel you're limited by any particular number that you want. And even though some of the candidates received more support than others tonight, after you do your research, this may change, and often does change after the committee does their research.
Yes, and I do want to emphasize what Dr. Vogel just said. All 15 of these names may be the ones that you come out with next week wanting to send to the board. And then what the board will do is take those 15 and decide maybe it's going to stay 15, maybe it'll go to 14, maybe it'll go to 16, whatever they do. That will be their pool of what they will consider their semifinalists. Those semifinalists are going to be asked to respond to 7 questions, one from each of the board members. Half of those questions, they're going to ask for a written response, 500 words or less. Half of those questions are going to be a video response, so you can kind of see their ability to communicate and connect with audiences. Then the board will take all of the responses, written and video, from all of the semifinalists, whether it's however many, up to all the way to 15 or more, and they will decide who they want to bring in for interviews, which would be considered the finalists. And the board can bring in 2, 3, 4, 5, however many they want to interview for that finalist position. But it's going to be the semifinalist question vetting that really will help them decide between who the semifinalists are and who they bring in for an interview. Yes, Bishop.
That goes back now to Dr. Lake's question. When we finish next week, that's going to be it for us, right? We won't be saying to the board, we won't tell you who we think or whatever. It's on them, right?
Let me repeat your question for the people on Zoom, just to make sure they heard it. He likened it back to Mr. Lake's question, which was earlier, which is once the names are accepted by the board, then the committee will have an official dissolution, right? And they will make a motion to dissolve the committee, at which case you are released from your duty, yes, sir, and then everything else is the board's decision. And it's at the dissolution of the committee that you all then can resume normal communications. And let's say you personally, Bishop, have 2 or 3 that you think are really strong candidates. After that dissolution, then you can talk to the board members as any normal citizen would. Here's what I think, pay attention to this, look at that. Yes, sir.
And that will happen on February 23rd. There's a school board meeting at 5 p.m. And that's when the board will officially receive your recommendations, and then you would be finished with your sunshine requirements.
Before I go to another question on the floor, let me look at my Zoom friends and see. Yes, Danny, did you have a question? Or you're just waving?
Yes, no, I do. I have a question. So my question is, when we do our research, if we keep like notes or copies, the board will see that, correct? Like our rationale for keeping which candidates we decide to keep?
Will they see your notes? Your notes are certainly available for them because your notes are going to be public record, but will they actually read your notes? There's 38 of you guys here, and they have candidates that they're looking at. I can't confirm that they will all read your notes, but they are available to the public record. Yes, ma'am. Do I have another question on Zoom? All right, and you guys understand I'm trying to include them. I don't want to. Yes, sir.
Absolutely, no offense. I just want, before we leave, can you just go over one more time every number of those 15?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He asked me to repeat every number of the 15. Now, here's where your Zoom friends actually have one up on you because I put it in the chat for them. So let's see here. Somebody went to go cook dinner. Here we are. Ready? Well, I can't get the chat to show me, so let me just go here. All right, so we have candidates here.
Yeah, it's public record, so you'll receive this as part of the minutes.
Andrew,
We can review it now.
If you could shrink it down just to this, or we can send the whole document or shrink it down to just these top.
Okay, well, what I'll do is 2 versions. I'll give you one version that's the full document that will be sent by email, and then I'll give you another version with just the 15. Is that what I'm hearing you ask for?
Right, and what I'll do, guys, I'll send you both. I'll send you an email with this full document that was completed tonight, and then we'll do a merger down to the 15 that we'll be looking at next week. I'll send that to you in one email tomorrow morning.
And let me read those numbers real quickly before I get to your question. The following candidates are still under consideration by this committee. Numbers 13, 15, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 38, 39, 40, 41, 43, 46, 48, and 50. Yes, sir.
Does the board listen to our deliberations on this?
I will tell you, it was reported to me that many of them watched the last meeting, and they are encouraged to. We ask them to. They tell me they do, but could I swear no?
If so, then, assuming they do listen to the next meeting.
Yes.
Because they'll be vitally interested.
I will tell you that the next meeting, when there is some advocacy, that is one that board members find particularly interesting, especially we've had some community advisory groups where there was some split discussion. And board members found it very interesting to listen to that conversation because in some cases they kept a candidate in other cases they kept a candidate out, and the boards do find that very helpful to listen to.
Okay, so thank you. That's a good lead to what I want to say next, is that it would be why I look forward to where I'm not subject to the sunshine law anymore. If I want the board to hear what I have to say about a particular candidate because of that person's strength, that form would be why we're advocating next week, or I have to go find all 7 of them and tell them.
After.
His question is, if he has a very strong advocacy for a certain candidate applicant, next week would be the time to do it because board members will very likely be listening to it, and you make a fair argument. It's possible that one or more of the candidates you're referring to may already be just in the pool without the need for advocacy, but let's say there is some need for advocacy, I wouldn't discourage it.
Yeah, but if I go to the trouble of chasing down a guy I know or a woman I know someplace else who has personal experience with this, that says this is the next great superintendent in America, to just simply let that pass
I
without
see what
that
you're
knowledge
saying.
being done, we need to advocate, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. If you feel strongly about a candidate, I would encourage you to advocate for it next week during the meeting.
If we found something that we really, really didn't like, that we thought was odorous, and we don't want to, you don't want us to speak about that, should we share that with you anyhow? I mean,
Absolutely, you can share it with us, and it certainly, I know we've had, John, give me an example of some things that we may have had that were shared with us. And there were actually some things that were shared with full committees, because sometimes people in another community, like one example might be an out-of-state candidate who, for whatever reason, the community had a concern about. You may find, without any of us even asking for it, that they will submit some things on the public record, and then through the public record, it gets shared with all committee members.
If I heard it correctly, though, you'd prefer for me to jump up here and pop up a bad thing that I think all of us ought to hear. You'd prefer to screen that.
Yes, because remember,
I think that's right.
if you're hitting someone's reputation, then we've got a liability piece on that.
I'm just making sure that I understand the rules of engagement.
Yes, sir, we are not here to
trash
damage
somebody.
anyone's reputation. We are here to find the right person, and someone that might have something whose reputation could be damaged by something you say would not be the person you would advocate for.
I got you. But if it was really bad, we should find a way to get it to you.
Let me assure you.
I'm agreeing with your approach. I just want to make sure.
Let me assure
the
you
procedure.
that once we have semifinalists, we do a full background search. They are open to that. And here comes our attorney to come speak with us. But we do a full background search. Board members, we make sure that each board member knows everything that's there prior to them voting on who to bring in for an interview. So
Great.
I personally, to get to your point, you share it with me if it's something that's, we have had some things, and just so you know also, sometimes there are candidates that may have something, and we've had this before, if we find something that we know would be maybe a headline, right, in a local newspaper, we will call the candidate and say, we need to let you know this information has come to our attention. This could very well be a problem.
Yep.
And sometimes candidates have withdrawn from consideration over things that
Sure.
they know they don't necessarily want to get out in the
In
public.
the public record in
So
Florida,
we do a very thorough vetting and search, and, we appreciate all these people being interested, so we absolutely let them know before it becomes a headline. And typically what you might find they might withdraw over something of that nature.
If candidates somehow withdraw for whatever reason between now and then, you'll
You will
let
be
us know
notified.
immediately, right?
If a candidate withdraws anytime along the way, you will be notified immediately.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And Andrew, if I could, historically in our searches, I think we've averaged about one withdrawal per search, sometimes two. So when you're kind of looking at a number for next week, if you're really on the fence about a certain candidate, it's probably better to keep that person in the mix than consider taking the person out because you're worried about numbers, because the potential is for someone to withdraw, which is always there.
Mr. Bridges.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thought I would come up and comment briefly. This is a permutation of those sunshine law provisions that we talked about at the last meeting. And it is very important to get this right. If there is negative information, you are absolutely at liberty to pick up the phone and call me, to call Andrea, to call John, to call Dr. Vogel. Well, I guess we're first names. Bill. You're at liberty to call any one of us. Do not call each other. Do not call school board members.
Correct.
And I understand your thought there, well, if I talk to one, I have to talk to all. No, you have to talk to none.
No, I was talking about, she made the point, we would be able to share our personal opinions
Right.
after we
Correct,
dissolve.
right.
Absolutely.
But if I want them to hear a personal opinion I have positively about a candidate, it's efficient for me to do it
That is absolutely
So he's a
right.
pragmatic man here.
Yeah, when we're here next week, feel free to come up and when you're selecting the people you wish to remain in the pool, if you wish to come up and make comments in support of particular candidates, absolutely feel free. Once again, if you discover something that is troubling to you, let one of us know, and we'll make sure that is properly addressed. Does that make sense? Sure. Any questions for me? Thanks.
Any questions on Zoom for the attorney? Okay, I'm going to go for final questions for my friends on Zoom. Smiling faces, happy people, looking comfortable and warm in their homes, eating food when you all are sitting here with nothing. All right, any questions from the room? We thank you so much for the work that you've put in and for the work that we know you'll continue to put in, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.